Hello, and welcome back, kiddies, to another episode of On This Day in History. May 1st having quite the impact and historical significance in history, in music, and in birthdays. So let us begin. In 408 AD, Theodosius II succeeded to the throne of Constantinople. In 1486, Christopher Columbus convinced Queen Isabella to fund an expedition to the West Indies. 1707 saw a treaty form between England, Wales, and Scotland. This treaty forming what is known now as Great Britain. In May 1st, 1867, Reconstruction begins in the South, with black voter registration starting. 10 years to the day in 1877, all federal troops were withdrawn from the South, ending Reconstruction. In 1883, William F. Cody, better known as Buffalo Bill, held his first Wild West show. In 1884, the first 10-story building was being built in Chicago, Illinois. Now, in 1889, Asa Candler published a full-page advertisement in the Atlanta Journal proclaiming his wholesale and retail drug business as the sole proprietors of Coca-Cola. Delicious, refreshing, exhilarating, invigorating. Though Mr. Candler didn't actually gain sole ownership until 1891 at the cost of $2,300. Wow. In 1905, radium was tested as a cure for cancer in New York. In 1927, Charlie Robertson of the Chicago White Sox pitched a perfect no-hit, no-run game against the Detroit Tigers, winning 3-0. It took another 46 years to see another perfect game pitched. Now, in 1927, Adolf Hitler held the first Nazi meeting in Berlin. 1931 saw the Empire State Building in New York City become dedicated and open to the public. At the time, it was the tallest building in the world at 102 stories tall. Citizen Kane opened in 1941 in New York, starring Orson Welles. Now, 1944 saw the first flight of the Messerschmitt Me-262, the first combat jet, thus starting the jet age of aerial combat. 1948 saw the declaration of the People's Republic of Korea, or as we know it, North Korea. Now, in 1950, Gwendolyn Brooks became the first African American to win the Pulitzer Prize for her book of poetry called Annie Allen. In 1960, Francis Gary Powers and his U-2 spy plane were shot down over the Soviet Union, with Powers being taken prisoner by the Soviet Union. In 1961, Fidel Castro officially announced his dictatorship of Cuba, ending all elections. 1971 saw the National Railroad Passenger Corp go into service, being established by U.S. Congress. It soon became known as Amtrak. That was when Amtrak started. 1986, the TASS news agency reported the Chernobyl nuclear power plant accident in the Soviet Union. Also in 1986, Bill Elliott, famous NASCAR driver, set a stock car speed record at Talladega Superspeedway in Talladega, Alabama, reaching a speed of 212.229 miles per hour in his Ford Thunderbird. In 1999, a group of U.S. mountain climbers discovered the body of George Mallory on Mount Everest. Mallory had disappeared or died in June of 1924, trying to become the first person to reach the summit of Mount Everest. At the time of the discovery, it was unknown if Mallory had actually reached the summit of Mount Everest. In 2011, U.S. soldiers reported killing Osama bin Laden in Pakistan. Now, on this day in music. In 1931, Kate Smith began her radio career with CBS. 1967 saw the marriage of Elvis Presley to Priscilla and I hope I don't butcher this, Beaulieu or Priscilla Presley, and they stayed together until 1973. 1972 saw the Eagles release their first single, Take It Easy. Now, 1973, Bachman Turner Overdrive released their first LP, self-titled, with former Guess Who guitarist Randy Bachman. I love some of the names of those 70s rock bands. Bachman Turner Overdrive, Electric Light Orchestra, ELO, Jethro Tull, so on and so forth. Anyway, 1989 saw policemen being called to a California jewelry store after some employees reported a suspicious person in their presence. When it was all said and done, the suspicious person was actually Michael Jackson shopping in disguise. Damn. Now, born on this day. Ironically, 1909, Kate Smith was born on this day, as well as started her music or radio career. That's coincidental. May 1st, 1967 saw the birth of the Indian outlaw himself, Tim McGraw. And this concludes On This Day, May 1st in history. Please subscribe, hit that noti bell. Hell, like and comment. It benefits our channel, allowing me to bring more of these content as well as other content to our YouTube channel via CoolKegs Productions. And I'm Big Duke 6. Until next time.